been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments on NBA 2K TV. Check it out.
Welcome to this very special episode.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex. The game tonight.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The always busy and popular East 4th Street here in Cleveland. Our setting today is just at the end of that block. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action. DA, it's all yours.
And for Che, it wasn't a straight line path to the NBA. He stayed in college longer than expected. Then there was the decision to walk off at Bay City. He needed strong performances at the draft combine and in Summer League just to get a shot. But now he's making the most of those chances. Guys?
Fantastic as always, David. Thank you. Shea certainly had his ups and downs, Greg, along the way.
Well, ultimately, having to fight for a spot in this league may make him a better player. He's already been tested and come out on top.
And right now, a brief look at the power rankings here at the end of November. It's interesting to see how the teams compare. Taking a look at Orlando, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now, Cleveland, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Michael Carter-Williams, and it's Isaac in at the 3. And for the Cavaliers, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Andre Drummond is out there with Jay, and it's Osman in at the 3 spot. Clark, I'm assuming all the coaches in the NBA have put in their new plays by now, or am I wrong? Will they introduce some new things, new actions throughout the season?
Well, I tell you what, you talk about the coaches in the NBA, they all have PhDs in basketball, and they are always tinkering and making adjustments, Kevin.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. The drive by James, rebounded by Isaac. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. James kicks to Osman. Back to James. Shoots over Carter-Williams. Hits it. The short-range pull-up from James.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the pass to Isaac. Vucevic with it. Kicks it out to Gordon. Shoots the 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for Cleveland. Over Gordon. And again, it's Cleveland. Here's Carter-Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Outside Fournier. Here's Vucevic, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Comfortable operating near the basket. Vucevic has size plus touch. That's a nice recipe for scoring in multiple ways.
Pass to James. Fades away. They get it back, and it's Drummond with the jam.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So it's Orlando now, following the score by Cleveland. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Fournier, drops it in from 14 feet away. Fournier's got his second basket.
Just an outstanding move with the ball off the dribble by Fournier. Man, he makes the defense look really bad with the way he can maneuver with the ball.
Here's Osman. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Inside, it's stolen by Vucevic. Fournier with the ball. Guarded now by Sexton. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
James kicks to Sexton. Osman, the pass to James. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Vucevic. Down low, Gordon. And the rejection by James. They get it back. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon with the finish.
Yeah, we saw this on display in the slam dunk contest. Gordon has some major bunnies, a creative slam dunk artist.
Now, here's Garland. He picked up 18 points in the last one against Brooklyn.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Carter Williams. And stolen by James.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
And so it's Carter Williams. He'll bring up the ball for Orlando. Their last encounter was in Orlando.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight. To give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
The Magic trail by 4. Kicks it to Fournier. Another miss by Orlando.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Thrown down with force. Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And a quick look at the numbers for James. How about 42 points per, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position, then uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. The shot's good from Fournier.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
The drive by James.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The Magic trail by 6. Now Fournier coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. To shoot. Orlando needs to get off his shot. Here's Carter Williams, and it's off from three-point range. Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Nets. Here's Garland. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Oh, great goodness! That was special. Boy, it's easy to admire the aggressiveness of Gordon. This guy is always looking to take it strong to the cup.
To the middle, here's Sexton. That shot off. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic trail by 6. Pass to Carter-Williams. Poked away. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Porter against Ross. Passes it to Isaac from deep three-point range. He can't get that one. The Cavaliers leading by 3. They've got Bell. Colin Sexton is out there with Porter. Then there's Jay, and it's Osman in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Hey, if you're going to get offensive rebounds, you've got to stay active, and Isaac does that, doing a nice job utilizing his reach to snag those second chance opportunities.
And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's foul number 2 for him. Cavaliers making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. Porter passes to James. Drummond dishes to James, and the shot goes down. James has got 16.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Yes, sir.
That was incredible.
Oh, man.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Cleveland leading by 3. Lobbed up there for Drummond.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
Fournier against Porter. Fournier's shot is off. And so James will bring it up for the Cavaliers.
And we talk about trying to manufacture points. The Magic a year ago were last in the league in free throw attempts.
And I think a part of that, guys, is they really don't have enough creators, facilitators, playmakers. You need guys who can break the defense down and then make plays for themselves or others, and that gets you to the foul line, but it also gets you easy baskets.
No good from Ross. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. James, the pass to Sexton. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The pass to Ross. Back to Fournier. Here's Gordon. And the rejection by James. And it's Vucevic missing. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on an 11-2 run. Here's Drummond. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Ross. The Magic again can't hit.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
To the inside. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Vucevic.
How about the concentration level of Vucevic? I mean, we often overlook that, but just keeping his hands steady on the shot attempts, even while getting bumped and roughed up a bit.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Cleveland with it. The Magic trail by 8. Ross finds Vucevic. Now, here's Isaac. He started closely. Pocket 6. Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Hey, it's pretty simple. When Gordon is connecting like he is now, I mean, you got to keep getting the ball to him. He often takes high-quality shots.
James, left side. And there's Porter on the assist by James. James has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Fournier, and he converts the layup. Fournier's got 8.
I think that just demonstrates how gifted Fournier is. I mean, at 6'7", he's really fast and gets to the rim quickly off the drive.
The drive by James. Can't get it to fall.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Out left to the wing. The open look here for Sexton. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Sexton's got 5 points in the quarter. The Magic trail by 7. Up top, Ross. Defended by Sexton. Outside, Fournier. Vucevic finds Fournier. Ross on the wing. 4 on the clock. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Ross has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Magic.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Orlando's gotten gold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Now a timeout called by Orlando. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're...
One second left. The shot, no good. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Carter Williams, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. And Garland comes to help. Fournier gets a wide open look. The Cavaliers pull it in. James has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Back to Fournier. Outside Gordon. The 3 ball. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
James in the post. He's against Gordon. Gordon with the defensive effort. Here's Fournier, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
An excellent example of concentration there from Fournier. And a nice job under pressure keeping his balance.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third, and James throws it down.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And it's Carter Williams with the ball for Orlando. They trail by 18. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Knocked away and stolen by James. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by James. And that's now 7 points for Colin Sexton. The Magic trail by 20. And here is Carter Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. There's Gordon with the three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Gordon's got 15 points.
I think this is an area that Gordon has really improved. Now a legitimate threat from outside the arc.
Isaac with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Outside Gordon. Pass to Vucevic. Orlando moving the ball around. And it's Gordon missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Fournier's shot is off. The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Pass to Gordon to the middle. Fires from 14. From outside the arc. No good that time. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Vucevic against James. Here's Osman. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome and outshoot. Excels at getting up and denying shots.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The sixth pick back in 2017. 6'10" Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. Greg, what have you seen from him?
Came in somewhat raw. Potential as a rangy defender. Offensively, though, still a ways to go.
James dishes to Drummond. James, the pass to Osman. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Lob pass to Gordon. Both loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Jordan Bell's checked in for James. Raw. Cleveland leading by 19. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Jay out there with Zizic, and it's Garland in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now, here's Aminu. 5 on the clock, and that's a foul called on Ante Zizic. That's his first foul. Vucevic checked in for Ken Birch. Shoots from 14, and he overshot that one, missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now. But I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Now here's Vucevic. He's tightly guarded. He kicks to Carter Williams. Floats one, and James pulls it down. James has got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And again, it's Cleveland.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Magic shooting the ball at 42%. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Passes it to Aminu. Another miss by Orlando. Cavaliers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And yes, it's good. And that's now 30 points for Jay.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Teardrop shot. Vucevic. And again, unable to change momentum here. And here's the fast break. Here's James. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Murray's checked in for Osman. Porter comes in for Colin Sexton. And it's Dante Exum in for Garland. Zizic passes to James. Outside for Murray. There's the pass to Zizic. Just 5 on the clock. Here's James. And he comes up with the deuce. James has got 15 points here in the second half.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's a 1-2 to stop the run. And James pulls it down. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Clark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Ennis passes to Vucevic. Over James, and it's Vucevic missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Free throw good, James. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's Ennis. He's covered by Murray. And the rejection by James. And he's able to get it back. Here's a 1-2, guarded by Porter. A 1-2. That's good. A 1-2's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the second chance points haven't come as easily to them as they did in that first half. Those are valuable points they're missing out on.
Here's James, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Orlando called for the foul. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Ennis kicks to a 1-2. Pass to Birch. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
And so it's Exum with it. They'll bring it up for Cleveland. James outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Orlando's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Ennis kicks to a 1-2. Pass to Ennis. Here's a 1-2. 6 on the shot clock. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Cavaliers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jay.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
Now here's Ennis. He's covered by Murray. Ennis with the ball. And the rejection by James. Here's a 1-2. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
James right side. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now Ennis. Here's Birch. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And here's Ennis. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved it.
You know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.
Hey, it's Shaq. You guys stomped that team, and I mean literally. Wasn't even close. When did you realize this game was yours to lose?
Hey, man, I guess it was around maybe late July, early August, whenever the schedule comes out.
What a great guy. I love having him on the show.
Strong agree. We should have him on more often.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to James after the show. I'm sure he can make that happen.
Oh, yeah. Book it and cook it, Hank.
You guys were firing in all cylinders tonight. I was wondering if you could talk about your defense. How were you able to stop those guys from getting all those shots that they wanted?
We were all dialed in on D tonight. And when everyone is on point like this, and we can take away whatever you're trying to do. Doesn't matter who you are. Bring the heat. We got something for it.
What do you think the key was to your hot scoring tonight?
Making smart decisions, being decisive, knowing where my shots are supposed to come from, and not hesitating when I've got the advantage.
All right, Che, you remember Reese from Gatorade?
It's nice to see you again, Shay.
Nice to see you too, and I'm really excited to learn more about this GX thing.
Totally. Did Levi fill you in?
A little bit, but I still need more information on it, to be honest with you.
All right, well, I'll just give you the full picture. Gatorade is launching Gatorade GX. It's our new hydration system, and everything about it is completely customizable.
What? I'm with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can design the bottle however you want. Name, number, team colors, all that sort of stuff. And then we have the GX pods, which are basically just a concentrated pod refill. You put that in the top of the bottle, fill the bottle up with water, shake it up, and you're good to go.
I like that.
So you ready to design your own bottle? Customize
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go.
Let's do this.
We'll call it the Che.
You guys ready to get down to business? We got a new contract to hash out.
Yeah, I'm ready. Abs.
Pleasure doing business with you, Don. Levi, the pleasure.